Hi, welcome to Pleasure Sports. Today we're going to take a look at Oneill Mutant wetsuit. The Mutant actually comes in a 5.4mm wetsuit as well as a 4.3mm wetsuit. The two wetsuits are actually identical in construction, except for the fact that the 5mm has 5mm neoprene in the core and 4mm neoprene in the appendages, and the 4.3 has 4mm in the core and 3mm in the appendages. The Mutant actually gets its name from its changeable collar. You can unzip the collar and you can change it from a straight wetsuit with no hood to a hooded wetsuit. And all you have to do is unzip it here in the front, unzip in the back, and zip this top piece right on. A couple features that I want to go over with the wetsuit that I think are pretty spectacular. The first one is this suit is actually a sealed seam wetsuit. This is actually called a plasma seal, and Oneill plasma seal consists of the suit first being glued together, and then it's blind stitched, and a blind stitch doesn't penetrate both pieces of neoprene, only goes halfway through. And then a third layer is done, which is this plasma seal, which makes the seal really watertight and provides another layer of durability. So here we have, in the upper body of this particular wetsuit, Oneill is using the UltraFlex XDS neoprene, which is their proprietary lightweight, high-stretch neoprene. And you can see how stretchy and gummy this wetsuit is. So nice gummy wetsuit's easier to get in and get out of, and it doesn't get you as fatigued as quickly. A couple of the things I want to take a look at is this actual modular closure system, so that you're really clear how it works. First you just unzip the top right off, and it unzips here also in the back. And this piece actually comes right off and onto the floor. So this is actually your collar inside out, and so all you have to do is zip it back on if you want to go with the collar that doesn't have a hood. One thing I want to show you about the construction is on the interior of the collar is you have a glide skin material which creates a seal between your neck and the wetsuit, so it prevents flushing. And you also see that fluid seam weld, the high quality construction in this particular neck piece alone. The next thing we can do here is we can just zip this neck piece right on the top. I'm not going to go ahead and do that, but you can zip it right on top. And how you would actually get into this wetsuit is, because it's a top entry wetsuit, there's no zippers in the back. You would actually grab the armpits of the wetsuit and just flip it inside out like that. And what you've got now here is like a pair of trousers. So you can just put your legs right into the suit, and you've got a really nice big wide opening. It's actually a lot easier to even get into this wetsuit than it is in some back entry wetsuits that have a zipper, because this is just lets you go right into the suit. As soon as your wetsuit is all the way up to your high chest, then you can slowly go ahead and put your arm in one side and then up over the shoulders. And then again, you would be flipping your hood on as necessary. A couple of the things I want to take a look at with this particular wetsuit is the interior. There were some changes in this wetsuit from last year to this year. One of the changes that I want to show you first is just in the snapping system. This used to be Velcro last year, and now it's a button. And some benefit from the button is sometimes Velcro tends to grab certain types of neoprene, and also it starts to grab your carpet and everything in your car. So it's nice not to have that here and now a new snap. So that's great. And another feature that's changed on the interior of this wetsuit, I'll show you here, is this is the chest, the inner chest of the Mutant, and it has now a UltraFlex firewall. So this is thermal insulation. It's also heat retentive. So as soon as you build up heat or sun hits it from the exterior, it absorbs it. The other thing it also does is if water hits it, it sort of melts it away. And you have it on the chest now in the 2011 and on the lower back, so it's great to protect your organs, your kidneys and lower backs, keep you nice and toasty. Another thing we can take a look at before I let you go is some of the obvious features. You've got a Krypto Knee Pad here, which is really durable and doesn't fray, and it's really soft and bendable. The other thing you have here behind the leg is you have an external key pocket, so you can hook your key on and put it there. Another great feature of this particular wetsuit is the plasma strips are actually put at the wrist and ankles to help keep the wetsuit in place, keep it at your ankle instead of riding up, and keep it at your wrist instead of riding up. And this plasma strip also helps the wrist and ankle seals from blowing out. So you put your foot through there and it helps it come back, because over time what could happen is this could get stretched out, and that would start to allow water to come up the wetsuit at the wrist and the ankles, and you would get cold because your body couldn't keep up with keeping that layer of water warm in the body. So in case I missed any features, take a look at the rest of the features on the Mutant on our website, pleasuresports.com. I can't say enough about this highly recommended, innovative design.